Hello class and welcome to a online website tutorial. I want to be teaching you today about how to use the website geogebra.org. This website will help us make geometric shapes and make them into a house shape. This is something we want to be doing to make the blueprint of our houses that we're going to be making with 3D shapes. This is only going to help us make 2D shapes because it's on a screen, but I want us to use this and I'm going to show y'all how to do it today. First, I'm going to go over how the basic tools work. So when you go on the website, it's going to look just like this. There's a move feature, a point feature, a segment, a line, a polygon, a circle with center, and then there's a more button. We'll get to that later. First, I want y'all to focus on the polygon. The polygon is going to be most important because it helps us make dots with lines connected. Once we place another dot, we can make another line, place another dot, make another line, and then we can connect it by pressing the first dot we made. That's a super easy way to make a square, and it's a little bit more simple than using the segment, which works like this. You do that and then it finishes it. So then you'd have to click it again and then like move that over there. But it's a little bit more solid, so they both work. Then there's the circle with the center. If you wanted to put a circle in your object, you would put a dot down and then you just have to drag your mouse up and down to make the shape of the circle you want. I think that this size is pretty good. So that's how I wanted it to be, but I don't really like the placing of that. So what you do is go over to the move button. You press the line, not the dot, to move, and you just put it exactly where you want it and then click off, and then that puts it in stone. The line feature isn't going to be necessary for us unless you want to make like the ground, because it's an infinite line and we know that houses aren't going to really be having infinite lines. So that's not necessary for us to create our house. So we don't really need those. So I'm going to press the undo button and I'm going to press it again because that's not necessary. And then the last thing that y'all might have noticed is that there's a point. The points make just points. We could put them anywhere we want, but they're not the most helpful because once we put the points, then we have to press the segment button to actually connect them, which is not the most convenient. So I think working with the polygon feature is going to be the easiest because it just creates those lines connected for us. But I just made a little window right now, and I want to put this in my house. But it looks a little bit too big, and obviously it's not in the right place. It's outside of the house. So the best tool that I can give to y'all is to make the size different. You're going to press the line with the move button, and then you can move all of the lines by just pressing the gray line and moving it in. That will make it be a little bit smaller. I'm going to move this so we can make it smaller, and then I'll move it back. And then I want to move the whole thing, but the move button won't help us. So we need to find a different feature that will help us move this entire thing inside the house. So I'm going to press the more button. And there's a lot of stuff going on here, but you don't need to worry about anything except for the things under the edit button. So under edit, we have select objects and delete. These are the only two we need to worry about. So select objects, if we make a square around the object we want to move, will help us select all of the points so that when we press the line, we can move the entire object. Sometimes it will move your lines around, so you see how it made that line of mine kind of move around. That's not really what I wanted, so I can press the move button again and just put another line segment through the center of my window, which is giving me some trouble. So I'm just going to press this delete button right here and delete those 2 points so that I can make a new line segment. The delete button is super easy to use, so I suggest it. And now that looks pretty good. If I scroll up and down on the middle part of the mouse, that's like a scroll whenever you're scrolling on a website, that'll make this whole shape smaller or bigger. So if I wanted to make my shape a bit bigger, I can do that. It's a super easy way to change it. Then the last part of this is that I want y'all to make everything labeled. So there's a text button right down here. So I'm going to press the ABC text button, and then I'm going to put where I want the text, and I'm going to put it in this triangle shape, and I'm going to label it triangle, and I want y'all to label all of yours. So this, I just put this here, I'm going to place it in the middle, I put triangle there, and then I'm going to do, oops, I made it reverse, square. I'm going to put the square in here because I made this a square. Then we're going to want rectangle, and then we're going to put that in here, and then we're going to do circle. This is just going to help us with knowing whenever we do our final projects, what is going to be where, and just make that super simple and easy for us to understand. So this is what I want y'all's final project to look like. This is how to use this. The text box button is at the very bottom here. And that's about it for this website. There's a lot of other things going on here. If you want to explore with them, please feel free to. But everything I taught y'all is all you're going to be needing for our experience with this website. Okay, guys, good luck.